Well, hello. So today we're gonna speak about Free Britney and what's going on with that particular situation, the various spiritual secrets that are being brought forward through the Free Britney campaign. Now, if you don't know what is Free Britney, basically, Britney Spears reported in, I believe, April or March that she was going into to get some mental help. When the reality was that she was actually placed into mental help against her will back in January. Now, that is all allegations through various different mediums. You can look it up on YouTube. There is, I believe, a gentleman who called in who has access with reputable information about this situation. Now, why is Britney being placed into without her consent? And there's been reports where she's been trying to get out twice. So why is she so clearly human beings in general and Britney's fans, of course, are seriously concerned about the situation. And I'm here to tell you there's deeper, very powerful secrets that all people should know about Britney Spears, about everything, about children, sexuality, all those different elements, and what Britney Spears plays into that role, and the magnitude of power and money. $57 million a year that comes with the Britney Spears name. I love Britney. So of course I'm rallying to get her out. So why was Britney placed in this situation? Well, there's a thing called a conservatorship, right? So a group of individuals, I believe 11 individuals, one of them being her father, that sits in a board and decides what to do with Britney Spears. Now, why did this happen? Because of quote unquote her meltdown of shaving her head and whatnot, and all those elements. So there's been various different allegations been thrown out where, to the degree that Britney fears that her children may be taken away from her by her father, or by the conservatorship. Then there is a lawyer or a particular individual that was involved with the group that left because he felt that there were some really serious things that could actually bar him from performing law that that we're asking him to be involved in. So those various different elements were just coming into play. So that's what's happening with Free Britney. So Britney Spears is captive. That is the story. Britney Spears is being held captive up against her will. She is one of the most famous human beings on the planet, and for some means and forms, she's being held captive. Is that right? Uh, when you hear that about, let's say, someone you care about, where is she being held captive? Should we all just show up and just sleep there and bring media eye to this situation, and not just about this particular individual, but the sexualization of children? So when we go back in Britney Spears' history, she was a child when she was being placed in the sexualized element. And there were jokes, when's Britney Spears gonna turn 18 or 20, whatever, 21, whatever people's mental age is for them to, do whatever it is. And it was disgusting. It was abhorrent and it was disgusting. And even now, you see to the psyche and the mentality of this group. That is my perception of this group, because the album is her as a child just looking up. It's a slightly innocent sexualized pose, and when her song "Hit Me Baby One More Time," that's like, when you think about the song "Hit Me Baby One More Time," it's just like, ugh, it's kind of gross if you think about it. Uh, Being sung by a child, and all those little elements that are being brought into the foreground. So those are the things. And as Britney Spears became a woman, and sought to seek her own independence as a human being, and give her own voice, that was a counter to whatever dialogue they wanted to continue with that. The immense, great power. I mean, how many horrible human beings have grown up with. Britney, she was a child and now she's an adult. I love her. You know, those kind of elements, and that subliminal slight element that is in humanity, and which clearly brings in a great deal of money. And to what seedy elements does that money come from? So all those in the sexualization of Britney Spears as a child and as an adult and moving forward, and her in as a human being, with different with ideas and thoughts and perceptions, and maybe she wanted to write a song about something completely different, and not something. And then they came in and they said, nope, you got to be about sex or something skimpy or whatever. So all those different Britney Spears changing into a person outside of the shell that we saw. And we see elements through her music and the transformation, but just still the hindrance because of money and the record labels and the people. And it's not just, it's 57, it's, if someone gave you a lottery ticket every year, what would you do for $57 million? Some of you that know about shadow work and wonder, like, because when you're a witch or a spiritual being, you do your shadow work. You go to the dark side. Where, how low are you willing to go? And to decide. And also, so for $57 million, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to sacrifice the humanity of a person? And to what degree does that resonate within society and girls and humanity? So all those things are happening. All those things are happening with Britney Spears. Personally, I say that if someone tells me where she's being held at, and if other people want to go with me, I'll camp outside. I'll go. If you want to go, I'll go. Just to say, show support and bring media attention to the whole situation, to the point that maybe the president could step in. You know, Other side note, and I'm gonna throw this out to Sunny Hostin, is that I hope Sunny Hostin from The View interviews Britney because of Sunny Hostin's background, and just get a fair idea of what is happening from her perception and as to what the situation is. Because I'm concerned about Britney. I really am. I love her. I absolutely. She was one of the first people that followed me on Twitter. I know, it was weird. And I love Britney, and I rally you. To would you? The question is, let me know in the comment section down below. If would you spend the night, till Britney gets freed, not just for Britney Spears, but for human trafficking, for the sexualization of children, for all those things that have been weighed down upon this human being. And that's what I think is happening with Britney. Let me know in the comment section down below. I love you all. I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful eternity.